back with Bobby and JG Radio. If you just missed our last interview, it was with Gabe Reyna. It was incredible. They talked about Make Your Day, which is prepaid services that you can pay online or in person, and he will pretty much do anything for you that's legal. And it was a great interview. If you missed any of it, do not cry. You go to bobbyandjjradio.com. Be a fan of the show. Check us out on Facebook. We will be on SoundCloud on Monday. And if you want to see his very good-looking face, just wait a couple weeks and he'll be on our YouTube page. Our next guest is Marcus Andrews, and Marcus Andrews is the CEO of Marcus A. Sartorial Luxury. He has an incredible shop in the Alamo Heights area off Sunset Boulevard. Yes, one of the best dressed dudes I have ever met in my entire life, for good reason, because he custom makes clothes for men.
I'm glad he's sitting closer to you, not me.
Yeah, you don't want to be in this shot. Like no, I'm dying right now.
I'm over here.
I'm dying right now. Yeah. So
my Ross shirt is not helping me right now.
That thing's not.
It's working out pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, I look good, but it's not because of the shirt.
It's not the shirt.
That's just good genetics, man.
So
thanks, Mom.
so Marcus was born here. He's a military brat like myself. He lived in California, Georgia, Arizona. He's a personal stylist for Antonio Daniels, the expert. He's been featured in San Antonio Magazine's Best in the City Award. He's appeared in the Dallas, Texas Fashion Week, and he's going to New York Fashion Week this year in Bryant Park in September 9th. So you're all over the place, man. I see you all over the place. We saw each other. It was kind of romantic. We saw each other at this function. I was like, I know this dude, and he says, I know you too. And we didn't know how.
You just looked into each other's eyes.
We did, dude. It was like the first time I heard the Beatles.
And then
it was like the first time I heard the Beatles.
Later.
It really was love at first sight.
It was. It was like I heard the Beatles for the first time, and then.
Hey, do we need to separate you guys?
I think we should, dude. It's getting kind of crazy in here. So, Marcus, tell us about your company, man.
Here.
Okay, so like you just mentioned, I cater to men.
Sure.
We build menswear for them. Fit and quality is important. That's something that I saw lacking in San Antonio. There's not much selection. For most people who want the perfect looking suit or the perfect looking garment, a lot of times the budget is out of, or what they're looking for is out of their budget. So I wanted something that was kind of the middle ground where they didn't have to sacrifice any of the quality. They didn't have to pay just for the name,
sure.
But they could still get, the greatest garment that they may ever own.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now I want people to understand how your shop is, because it's one of the coolest areas ever, right, Bob? Like walk in there.
Yeah, it's very.
I feel like Mad Men. Like I feel like
it.
I made it. I'm like Don Draper and and it has like little boxes with like ties and pocket squares.
I feel like a mobster.
Yeah, it has like
it's happening.
Antique and brand new cufflinks, and you have antique stuff, or I mean, you have vintage.
I carry vintage ready to wear. It's definitely not a retail-y feel.
Yeah, you're not like a Nordstrom
that way.
Or
oftentimes
people show up and hang out, and it's an experience,
and that's how it's supposed to be meant to be.
So I like that Marcus says, you know what, come by, let's have a scotch, and we'll see where it goes. And sometimes I'll be looking for, right, and then we
that's right.
We establish a relationship. You get to know my style, and then you custom make for me, and that's a feeling that I don't think a lot of people have here in San Antonio. I think that they're used to I don't want to call people out, but they're used to the big box, shopping.
Ross?
Mess for less. Yeah, Ross.
Well, that's exactly what's missing. The relationship is missing. When you're making a purchase, especially when you're making a purchase and you're committing a lot of your funds to it, you want to feel like that person on the other end of that transaction appreciates you being there.
Sure.
You want to feel like that person is helping you make the best use of your money.
For sure.
So oftentimes you go into the big box stores and you get treated like a number. As soon as you say that, I'm just looking, they walk away from you and they go tend to the next person.
Right.
Well, for me, not just looking means we got an opportunity to become friends.
Yeah.
And then the next time that you come in, maybe you bring a friend with you and I can create 2 clients.
Right.
It's a relationship business. It's supposed to be.
It should be. Yeah.
So people come in and drink wine.
Absolutely.
Hang out, have a cigar.
Yes, sir.
It's a good time there.
It is a good time. And then the display is off the chain. It's completely fresh to death. Everything's perfect where it should be. I can't say it enough. Like, it looks like dapper is the only word I can use for the entire establishment. So
it is quite dapper.
It is dapper.
It's my art. So.
Yeah, there you go. So what services do you provide for your clients?
So I provide complete fitting services. Like I said, the 3 S's we do. Primarily our products are suits, shirts, and shoes.
Sure.
So I provide fitting services for anything that's tailored, such as the suits, sport coats, pants, vests, overcoats, as well as shirts, both dress shirts and sport shirts. And then I've designed a line of shoes that I'm now doing a made-to-order program for.
Wow.
So in the past, I carry stock of my designs, but now I'm allowing people to come in and actually pick their own colors, make minor cosmetic changes, pick their own materials and things like that. So
he actually brought a pair of shoes, and I don't wear brown shoes. And he brought me a pair of brown shoes,
No,
and
he
I
didn't.
want to thank you.
No, he didn't.
Okay. I've been trying to get these shoes, but he's not giving them up.
Well, they're not your size because they're in men. But for the most part, I'm going to be honest here. I have the widest foot. I'm like Fred Flintstone, dude. So you can make some changes for my.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
with
you got
with
it's like a square.
Yeah, it is.
With our new made-to-order program, I'm actually going to take a drawing of your foot, so we'll accommodate both your length and your width.
You're going to need 2 papers, like
Yeah,
side to side.
it's gonna
He
be,
uses pillowcases for socks.
Yeah,
So
I do.
you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be your biggest feat ever. And I'm just kidding. Well, that's kind of never. Anyways, so how do you feel about the state of dress in San Antonio? I know we're going to go into this a little bit more with Burgundy here, but
right. There is unfortunately here in San Antonio, there is a lot of style here, but it's concentrated in a small pocket of people. The everyday population is pretty relaxed. Most of the occupations here allow people to come into work relaxed. Most of the, I guess you'd say, the leisure activities allow people to be more relaxed. And so you don't see a lot of people dressing up because they like it. You don't see a lot of people stepping out on a Saturday night or a Friday night dressed to the nines. And that's something that you do see in a lot of other major metropolitan areas. There is a small pocket. Most of the time it's segregated to certain parts of the city. There are small pockets of people who do, but I'd like to see that in every part of San Antonio.
Right.
Not just in one spot.
How much is your most expensive suit?
My most expensive
why do you got to
suit.
go there? Why don't you do the best price one?
So I have different types of fabrics. What I carry in store, we go up to about 4,000 or 5,000. Fabrics that I can source directly from Italy, from another vendor of mine, can go up to $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, just depending on where you want to go.
Yeah, I was going to buy a car, but I got a suit instead.
What kind of car are you driving, dog?
We carry everything from superfine merino wool all the way up to pure cashmere, depending on which mill we
TJ
source
doesn't
it
know
from.
what superfine marine. Me and you know what it is. He doesn't.
Yeah, whatever. So, tell me how you got into this business, man.
So I own another company. That company is in the professional space, and I actually wanted to network with those that were more successful than me. So I started going to conventions. I also own a merchant service company. And so a lot of the people that I were going to be around were worth, millions, hundreds of millions. There's even a billionaire in the industry that I got to meet. And so the first time I purchased a suit was to go to one of these conventions. And I got so many compliments from different people. I felt like I fit in. Some people thought I was more successful than I actually was.
Sure.
I got to see the power of actually dressing up and looking the part. So every subsequent convention that I went to, I tried to outdo myself. I didn't want to wear the same suit. I'm naturally inquisitive, so if I see, a candy bar that's $1 and another one that's $5, I want to know why the other one's $5. You know, what's the difference between it and the dollar one? So I started researching the garments that I would wear. I started researching other factories, other brands, and I started to really see the difference between, the first suit that I purchased, which, by the way, the first suit, I bought them as a group. First suits I ever purchased, I paid $187 for both of them. The last
It's a
suit,
bargain.
Yeah.
Now they're $16,000.
And so I've gone from that. My personal most expensive suit was almost $10,000. And there's a large difference between the two. Obviously, I justified spending that much because I love the craft. I don't suggest everyone spending that upper amount unless you're an enthusiast of menswear. But I started seeing the difference. I started seeing the art. I'm not good at singing. I'm not good at drawing. I'm not good at anything else. But I have an eye for what I liked in menswear, and other people seem to like the same things I like. So I figured, hey,
Sure.
This is a business that I think I can succeed in. If nothing else, and I could build a legacy by trying.
Who's your average client?
My average client is the small business owner here in San Antonio. So the person that owns a company that goes out and networks and needs to be seen in the best light. So I have those. That's my average client, most of which are, C-level executives, things of that nature. I do have some clients that are more in the spotlight, like you mentioned, Antonio Daniels.
Right.
Currently, both Usher and Blake Shelton own a pair of shoes of mine. I'm actually working on.
What's that when you dropped the name right there? Just kidding.
And then I'm also
and
working
now
on
me
getting.
because you brought me a
That's right. That's right.
And Bobby Cortez. Yeah. So, Marcus, I think you opened my eyes when you said the other day we were talking that, some people have style and some people are into fashion.
That's correct.
And you're really heavy into the style.
That's correct.
Creating a style for an individual is timeless.
That's correct.
Because we can see dudes that are in their 60s, 50s, 40s, 70s, and they may be rocking something from a long time ago, but they have style, and it's their style. And it kind of feels like you're that guru or that opening or that liaison into someone's personal style?
A lot of people confuse the two.
Sure.
Ralph Lauren is actually my favorite designer, and if you look at anything on his website, he always talks about style, not fashion. Style is something that can stand the test of time. Perfect fit, perfect materials. Sometimes you may go wider on the lapel depending on the generation. You may go a little skinnier, but for the most part, it looks consistent. Something that you could wear 20 years ago, you should be able to wear today. And it should always reflect who you are, never trends or fads.
Well, this is some awesome information. And if you want to get some more information, you need to go and visit this guy directly, either for your husband, boyfriend, or for yourself if you're a man.
And just go and check out the store. Just hang out.
Check out the store. Or you can check out, it's Sartorialluxury.com. Sartorial. Or you can get a hold of Marcus at 657-0600. Again, that's 210-657-0600. Or where's your establishment at?
It is at 362 West Sunset, really close to the corner of Sunset and Treeline Park, across the street from the Home Depot, right down Alamo Heights.
Awesome. So, man, I really appreciate you coming by. It's one of our favorite shows because it has nothing to do with real estate, and so we're learning as we go. We'll be right back with another special guest. Do not move an inch. Do not touch your dial. This is Bobby and JJ Radio.